Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So many of you have been asking for this one. I've seen the comments on TikTok, in the community tab, everywhere, and today we're finally doing it. A full customer reviews analysis. Before we jump in, there's an exclusive discount link in the description and pinned in the first comment below, so make sure you check that out. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. So, this gaming monitor showed up on my desk right as I was wrapping up with my bigger Samsung G8. And I figured the big changes would be mostly cosmetic, size a different chassis color, and dropping to a 120Hz refresh rate while the G8 tops out higher. It also ships with a remote, which the G8 never did. I planned to run this with an Xbox Series X while I kept the G8 for my PC. So the refresh rate limit didn't feel like a problem for me at all. Setup was refreshingly simple. You can assemble most of it while the monitor is still in the box, which helped keep things tidy. The design feels modern and the stand holds the display solidly, which is nice if you're juggling a desk setup that doubles for work and play. The remote is a nice touch for quick volume changes and tweaking settings without grabbing the mouse or the keyboard, which makes it feel a little more like a home theater companion than a pure gaming panel. On performance, the story is a bit mixed, especially for console play. Gameplay on the Xbox Series X is solid and smooth, and the picture stays tack-sharp with no obvious tearing or stuttering. HDR, for my tastes, comes off a bit washed out, which is a recurring theme for this line. It keeps up just fine with the system demands, but you notice the HDR bite is weaker than I'd hoped. The image is bright enough for a living room setup, and the lighting effects translate beautifully, which makes cutscenes and ambient moments feel immersive. The experience starts to diverge from a pure gaming monitor when you treat it more like a smart hub. This gaming monitor can stream live content, and the home screen is customizable with widgets for quick access to streaming services. It runs on Samsung's Tizen OS, which is convenient for media, but it can feel sluggish at times, especially when you're bouncing between apps. The gaming mode does its job, but it has a tendency to flicker or feel indecisive at moments, usually at the start and end of sessions or when I bring up the Xbox overlay for recordings or replays. It isn't a constant annoyance, but it's enough to notice. There are also a few quirks that matter if you're couch co-oping with a console. If display settings get nudged, like HDR toggling off, troubleshooting isn't as quick or straightforward as with a PC build. The Xbox app is pre-installed, but it's not truly necessary for console gaming, and I found it a bit redundant in this context. Quality notes unfortunately aren't perfect. My first unit showed a persistent thin green vertical line near the center within the first hour. The replacement has been fine so far, but it's a worry I keep in mind when considering longevity. If you're deciding between this and a G8, the G8 feels like a more polished experience for gaming, albeit at a higher price. If you're shopping around, the G7's base variant without the smart features often lands around $450 to $500, which is tempting, while the G70A variant sits closer to $500 to $600 with fewer smart features. In the end, this gaming monitor is a solid pick for PC duty or a small room where it can double as a streaming hub. It's a decent deal under $600, especially if you want the remote and the smart features. Just beware the potential for HDR softness, occasional remote quirks, and the vertical line risk. If those things don't bother you, this is a capable all-arounder that can handle work play and streaming without too much fuss.
And that's a wrap. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've got thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.